Hey Palm Springs, this is Scott. I'm a librarian at the Palm Springs Public Library. And today I'm going to talk to you about 5 family-friendly films that aren't Disney. So why am I doing this? Do I look like I have kids? Seriously, look at this place. It's immaculate. I don't got them, right? Yeah, I totally don't have kids. Yeah, no. But I think you do because, well, you're watching this. And I think you also might want to watch something that you will enjoy. So that's part of my goal here. So the thing is, what's my criteria? My criteria here is that the films aren't Disney, that they aren't animation, so they're going to all be live action. So no Miyazaki, sorry. Okay. And I'm focusing on PG and G rated films. So kind of 8, 9, and up. Okay, PG means parental guidance, and that's something you'll have to provide. I don't know your kid. You do, okay? And you will have to decide what's appropriate and what's not appropriate for them. Our first film is the 1965 musical, The Sound of Music, which won 5 Oscars, including Best Picture and Best Director for Robert Wise. It stars Julie Andrews and Christopher Plummer. The film is based on the Rodgers and Hammerstein stage musical of the same name. The film opens with these wide vistas of the Alps in Austria, and we all know the song, The Hills Are Alive with the Sound of Music. I mean, this is an iconic film, and it's held up really well over the years. As it appeals to families, you know, it's about the Von Trapp family singers. So you've got little kids, you've got teenagers. In some ways, it's a coming-of-age film, too. And you've also got the adults, played by Julie Andrews and Christopher Plummer. It's well acted, lots of great songs. It's good. So, you know, it's a really good film to watch as a family. It's also an opportunity to talk about World War II. So some kids may need some background information about that. If you're wondering what actually happened to the Von Trapps, well, they live in Vermont now. They have a ski lodge up in the Green Mountains. Our next film is the 1982 science fiction film E.T. the Extraterrestrial, directed by Steven Spielberg. Beyond starring E.T., it also stars a very young Drew Barrymore. Of E.T., influential critic Pauline Kael once said, "It was a dream of a movie, a bliss out." And you know what it is. She's right. This is a beautifully made film. And like a lot of really great children's literature and movies, you know, like Charlotte's Web or Harry Potter, it's dealing with something substantial. It's dealing with death, okay? And you may want to talk about that with your kids. That may be something they have questions about. So think about that. This being said, E.T. was a cultural phenomenon when I was a kid. You know, we all loved E.T. We ate the Reese's Pieces. And watching it as an adult was just as enjoyable as it was when I was a kid. So I think it's a tremendously touching and beautiful film, and I highly recommend it as something to watch with your family. Our next film is the 2016 movie Hidden Figures, directed by Theodore Melfi, and starring Taraji P. Henson, Octavia Spencer, Janelle Monáe, Kevin Costner, Kirsten Dunst, and Jim Parsons. The film was nominated for 3 Oscars, including Best Picture and Best Supporting Actress for Octavia Spencer. Hidden Figures is based on a book, a nonfiction book by Margot Lee Shetterly, and it's about a team of all-female, all-African-American mathematicians at NASA in the 1960s who did a lot of really cool things, but you know what? Not too many people actually knew about those things, at least until this book and the movie came out. And so it's really cool that these women who were really important to NASA had their achievements recognized due to this book and film. The movie is well done, well acted, well written, and it covers a lot of themes like racism and sexism that you can also talk about with your kids. The other thing is it's just enjoyable. It's an enjoyable film to watch. This being said, there are some things that have been changed and merged, just like a lot of historical films, just so you can make the leap from the page to the big screen. That being said, I do highly recommend this film. Our next film is the 1999 science fiction comedy Galaxy Quest. It stars Tim Allen, Sigourney Weaver, Alan Rickman, Tony Shalhoub, Sam Rockwell, and Daryl Mitchell. And it wasn't nominated for any Oscars at all. Huh? Yeah, of course not. They don't nominate movies like this for Oscars, do they? But it's really funny, and you and your family will really like it. Galaxy Quest is about a group of washed up actors and actresses who used to star in a TV show called Galaxy Quest. And these days, all they're really doing is going to conventions and signing swag. But somebody else has been watching those TV episodes, and that somebody else, well, they might come from the stars. Hey, you're going to like it. I think your family will too. The movie, when it came out, DreamWorks didn't know how to market it, and so it did okay, but it didn't do so well. But since then, it's gained a cult following. And there's a really strong sense of right and wrong in Galaxy Quest. And some have said that it's the best Star Trek movie ever made. Well, that wasn't Star Trek. Our last film is the 1985 adventure comedy film, The Goonies, directed by Richard Donner, with a screenplay by Chris Columbus and a story from Steven Spielberg. The Goonies are just an awful lot of fun. They really, really are. And I know there's some things in this film that probably wouldn't show up in a kid's film if it was filmed today. I know that. But you can talk about those things with your kids. You really can. And the other thing is, you've got young kids, you've got teenagers, there's a variety of ages in this film, so the whole family can watch it together. And if you're someone like me who grew up in the 80s, it's like a trip down memory lane. Is that Cyndi Lauper over there? Yeah, I think it is Cyndi Lauper. And what's this theme song? Didn't she sing that? Yeah, I remember that song. So it's an awful lot of fun for adults too. And the thing is, it's just fun. Those kids get into a big mess, a lot of trouble, and that's going to be fun for everyone to see how they get out of that. Too long didn't read? You know what? If it's good enough for me, it's good enough for you too. See what I did there? All right. I hope you enjoyed this, Palm Springs, and hope to see you at the library soon.